Hey, fine people, thanks for checking out my video. Appreciates it. If you likes what you sees, please hit the like and subscribe button. Welcome, journey, entering. Let's go.
You say the word success and 99 out of 100 people will tie it to a dollar figure, right? And that's the problem. But everybody ends up getting to that point no matter how much money they make. The guy that makes the most amount of money, if he doesn't have these other things going, he will not feel good. He will not be happy. So is that successful?
Because everybody thinks money will buy away their problems, and it does, most of them, but it doesn't bring joy and happiness. And so money helps to a point, but once you get above that level, money does not make you successful. It does not make you happy.
Finances, that is a part of life, and our primal selves don't want to be sitting out in a cave with no food or water or your shelter, right? And even though those things are no longer an issue, like, well, for a lot of people it is still an issue, it's in everybody's brain that that's what they need to avoid at all costs. And we've evolved in a lot of ways as humans through society, but our brains still have that, I need more, I need to get as much as I can so that I don't, and so everybody just focuses in on that. But the problem is, once you hit a certain threshold where those needs are met, then it doesn't incrementally get happier the more money you make, right? The point is, like, you need to, whatever it is that you crave, and if you have a healthy mindset and you're not just going after that low-hanging fruit or those things that you think will make you happy, like, oh, I need to have that $100,000 gold watch, I need to have that jet or whatever, just because I want it, because I want more. But you're saying, I have my family, this is the type of house I want to live in, this is the type of car I want to live in. Great. There's nothing wrong with wanting those things. It's just when you get to that more mindset is when things get dangerous. And so it's like that show, The Lottery, ruined my life, right? Have you seen that show? It's like, if you hand somebody $100 million and they haven't got all these things figured out yet, and like these things that you're helping them with, then you might as well just be putting a flame to it.
No doubt. And I think where people, like, once you surpass that threshold, then you start looking for purpose and you start looking for impact.
That's
and
right.
You start becoming more outward focused than inward focused. And I think that until you break that threshold, a lot of people are very selfish, and rightly so, because they're trying to get there. But once you get that stability, then it's about, okay, how can I help people? Who can I make a difference in their day? How can I leave a legacy? All those types of things. And so I think there's multiple gears that we go through in life in different areas. And when it comes to money, I think there's two gears. I think it's the first gear is getting to a place where you can be at peace with yourself so that you can start focusing on other people as the second gear.
And, it's like you chase money. And so I'm a perfect example where, when I was younger and I had a tough time, I determined, I was like, I'm just going to become so filthy rich that everybody's going to be sorry for that was ever mean to me. And, I had this like victim mindset. But luckily, as I started growing on my journey and building this business, I was also building these other areas of my life and realizing what life was really about. So by the time I sold my business, I knew in the back of my mind that it was going to feel really good. And it did. It did for 10 minutes. Right. And then it was like, okay, now what? Now what's my purpose? Like you're just saying. And unfortunate, and I think it would be so much easier if somebody had told me early on, like, hey, just so you know, it's not just about more. The happier you're going to be. It's going to be, you need to figure out what that amount is, set a goal for it. And when you reach it, know that your life is going to shift and change, and you should be preparing for that versus just like, okay, now what do I do with my life? And unfortunately, because a lot of people aren't even thinking in that realm, they mistake going after even more money for fulfilling their purpose, right? So they reach that level and they're like, okay, well, that guy over there's got a bigger jet than me. I need to get that. And that's just chasing misery.